It's getting to be backs against the wall time for the Tribe. Time to see who will step up. Time to see what this year's team is made of. The Indians are just a half game in front of the White Sox and now trail the Tigers by 2.5 games. Who will step up? It may just be Justin Masterson, who takes the hill next on Channel 3. A beautiful summer evening in downtown Cleveland as the Indians continue this 3-game series against the Kansas City Royals on Channel 3. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Tribe took it on the chin last night. 12-zip the final score as Kansas City beat them up. And they did it, Rick, by taking advantage of mistakes by Carlos Carrasco. Sometimes you talk about, hitters, when they get a good pitch, it's almost like the pitcher put it on a tee for them.
Right.
Well, that's exactly what happened last night.
Well, not many games have the Indians played this year like last night. They fell behind early, and look at the location of some of these pitches. Carrasco was down the middle. He was upstairs with his breaking ball. Kansas City swinging the hot bats. They had 10 extra base hits in last night's ball game out of their 16 hits, and that was the capper right there, the first grand slam given up of the year by the Cleveland pitching staff, and that took them right out of the ball game. And I'll tell you, you're going to have to hit better locations when you're pitching against a hot-hitting team like Kansas City.
Well, you mentioned they're on a roll offensively. Sometimes all it takes to quell that momentum is a good starting pitcher, and the Indians have that going for them tonight. Justin Masterson will take the ball for the Tribe. We look at our pitching matchup brought to you by Ram Trucks, designed, tested, and proven to be the best trucks we've ever built. Ram.
Well, Felipe Paulino has not had much luck with the Royals. He's 1-4, only a .386 earned run average. He's been a victim of not much run support. And against Justin Masterson, he may not get much today because Justin has been as solid as the Indians have had all year long. For Maniac, he's gone deep into the ball game. He has had very good command of his fastball, both inside, outside, to left-handers, to right-handers. He has been very consistent. The Indians need a good ball game from him tonight.
They are a hurting club right now. They desperately need a victory here tonight. We'll see if Justin Masterson can pitch them to a win here this evening. We're back with all the play-by-play action coming up next right here on Channel 3. Weekend series. Justin Masterson on the hill for the Tribe, looking for win number 9 and trying to snap the Tribe out of their doldrums. The Indians have lost 5 out of 6 on the homestand. They're just a game above 500. Good news for the Indians. Detroit was losing at last. Is it a final? They're in the 9th inning. Tigers down 5-1. Ned Yost, let's look at his starting lineup today for the Kansas City Royals. Alex Gordon in the leadoff spot, had a big night in last night's game. Then again, so did Melky Cabrera and Billy Butler. Eric Hosmer, the young first baseman, bats cleanup. Then Jeff Francoeur and Mike Moustakas. Matt Traynor behind the plate. Chris Getz hits 8th, and Alcides Escobar rounds it out.
Justin Masterson making his 22nd start this year. He is 8-7 and a brilliant fifth best 2.57 ERA this year in his 143 and a third innings. Only 127 hits. He's had very good command of his fastball. He has beaten the Kansas City Royals this year twice. 2-0 with a 3.55. He's going to go at it again for the third time in his career. 3-2 against the Royals.
Alex Gordon steps in to get us underway. Masterson's first pitch is inside for ball one. Gordon 2 for 4 last night with a double and a homer. Sliced out of play. 82 degrees our game time temperature. It's the very light breeze blowing in from right center. Right back to the screen. It's 1-2.
Justin coming off a start against the White Sox. It was a 4-2 loss. And, of course, you remember those 3 unearned runs allowed. The drop ball in center field. They had 3 errors in the ball game. But he did pitch very well, as he has all year long. Going deep into the ball game. Pitched into the 6th inning, 19 of his 21 starts this year.
Full count in his last 9 starts. He's gone 3-3 with a 1.70 ERA. Included in that is 1 relief appearance. And he walks Gordon to start the game. Had him down on the count, but he let him off the hook.
Well, take a look at the Indians' defense, brought to you by Pat O'Brien Chevrolet. Saluting the men and women defending our country and watching on the Armed Forces Network. Brantley back in left, Carrera's in center, Fukudome is in right, Chisenhall at third, as Drubel at short, Kipnis at second, Laporta at first, Santana behind the dish.
Laz Diaz calling the balls and strikes. Wally Bell at first, crew chief John Hirschbeck at second, Scott Berry down at third. Melky Cabrera fouls that out of play. Cabrera hit the grand slam last night, part of a 2-for-6 performance.
Well, he has 2 grand slams in his career. Both of them have come in this ballpark.
And he's hit now in 5 straight games, 9 for his last 26.
They had 16 hits in last night's ball game, 10 of them for extra bases. They took advantage of some balls in the middle of the plate.
Well, he went to
Thank
bunt
you
that
very
and
much.
fouled it back.
He'll take that. Puts him down to the count now, 1-2. This is one where you're not committed. You know, he probably saw Chisenhall back, but that's not a good attempt right there. For him, he should have probably just taken the pitch.
Masterson misses inside 2-2. The grand slam last night for Melky Cabrera was his 13th homer on the year. That ties his career high. Did that back with the Yankees in 2009.
You look at that lineup. They're out of 5 guys, 3 of them have 13. Butler has 12 and Hosmer has 10.
That's drilled to right. Around second, on his way to third, is Alex Gordon. He'll get the stop sign there. And the Royals pick up where they left off last night. Second and third, nobody out.
Well, a hot-hitting ball club. They're playing very well offensively. Let's check it out on our Time Warner Cable pitch tracker. The location of this pitch from Masterson. Ahead in the count. This is a ball down and in. And you can see that Melky, it's 93. That one's in off the plate. He went in there and dug it out. So give him credit. He had a pretty good pitch right there. Goes off the screening of the bullpen. So Kansas City now second and third and nobody out, and a good opportunity to take an early lead.
You could see on that replay, though, he's trying to find his command. Santana wanted that pitch away, and it came back in.
He is. I mean, he has had great fastball command, both inside and outside. But tonight, right now, he's searching for it.
Billy Butler, meanwhile, has homered in 4 straight games for Kansas City, including his 5th career multi-homer game last night. 2 balls and no strikes. Masterson fires, and Butler couldn't catch up to the heat. He has a hit in 11 of his last 12 games. As you see, the 5-game hitting streak.
That's a pretty nice streak because it has been with power. The 5 homers and the 11 ribbies.
Right back to the screen, evens the count at 2-2. Masterson going right back with the express.
No, it's almost like, hey, I've got to challenge you. I'm down in the count now. He had the first 2 hitters down in the count. Walked the first one, and Cabrera got a base hit, so get that first out.
Now the 2-2. Struck him out. Masterson rearing back with some good fastballs to get Butler. 1 down.
That's the kind of fastball that he possesses, too. I mean, he can come right at you, and Butler was looking fastball. He had a 2-0 count, and Masterson comes back with 3 straight fastballs and strikes him out.
Now here is Eric Hosmer. 1 for 4 with a double last night. A little bit outside for ball 1. Hosmer, the rookie, has hit in 10 straight games. Going 19 for 43 during that hit streak. That is some kind of hot. 2-0. Out of the 10-game hitting streak, 7 of those are multi-hit games. He's scored 7 runs with 5 doubles and a homer, and he's driven in 8. Up the middle it goes, backhanded by Kipnis, and the off-balance throw gets Hosmer, but Hosmer gets his 46th RBI and gives Kansas City a 1-0 lead. Going to third on the play was Melky Cabrera, and they're now 2 down in the inning. Jeff Francoeur, he was 2 for 4 with a double last night. Fouls that off of his right foot. On this current road trip, Francoeur has gone 6 for 19 for KC with 4 doubles. Tried to dig that out. Carrera in center field will put it away, and the inning is over. So Masterson limits the damage. Royals have a 1-0 lead. Indians coming to bat. Official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Michael Brantley, Jason Kipnis up to the 2-hole, then Asdrubal Cabrera, Travis Hafner, Carlos Santana, and Kosuke Fukudome, Lonnie Chisenhall, Matt Laporta, and Ezekiel Carrera.
Felipe Paulino on the mound for the Royals. Making his 10th start for Kansas City this year. It's a guy that hasn't had a whole lot of luck.
If he had a good lawyer, he could go to court and sue for lack of support. This guy has
lack
made
of run support.
43 career starts, and 25 times they've scored 2 runs or less for him. And going back to 1974, for any starter who's made at least 40 starts, that's the worst run support of anyone.
Well, I'm going to give me one of your cards. I'll take it down to him after the game and tell him you will represent him.
You don't want me arguing in a court of law. You'll lose.
You presented it beautifully.
Now that's some serious bad luck, though. And it's a big reason why his career numbers are 7 and 29.
And that's probably why he's been around with a couple of different teams. But
well, the story goes he came up with the Astros. And Jim Tracy with the Rockies, he saw Paulino. And he liked what he saw from him and thought, this could be a guy that would fit into a late-inning reliever mode. So they made the deal for him, but it just didn't work out as Brantley strikes out. And the Rockies moved in. Well, actually, the Rockies designated him for assignment, and that's when Kansas City jumped on him.
Well, you can see making his 10th start, a record of 1-4. The ERA is not bad, 3.86. 63 hits in his 60 and 2/3 innings, only 15 walks. So the numbers right there, not bad. He goes out there, you got to be aggressive. But he gets Brantley on a 3-2 breaking ball.
And he's a big, strong guy, and he'll go out there and throw a lot of pitches. He's made as many as 120 in a start this year, and consistently he'll go well over 100 pitches when he takes the ball for KC. Kipnis looks at a strike, and Jason down on the count 1-2. Walked in his only plate appearance last night. And he's out looking. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the game for Felipe Paulino. 2 down for Asdrubal Cabrera.
Take a look at the KC Home Depot defense. Gordon in left, Cabrera in center, Frank Coors in right. Moustakas at third, Escobar at short, Getz at second, Hosmer at first, Trainer behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot.
And a first pitch strike to Asdrubal Cabrera, who went 1 for 3 last night. And it's 1-2. And Cabrera fouls it away to the left side. And that young man's got himself a souvenir. Now the 1-2. And Cabrera strikes out. Felipe Paulino strikes out the side to start the game. 1-0 Kansas City after an inning. Mango Pineapple Real Fruit Smoothie has arrived by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers and by AT&T. Second inning, Mike Moustakas, Matt Trainer, Chris Getz due up for KC.
Happy 99th birthday, Mary G.
Well, happy 99th indeed, Mary G. Mike Moustakas leads off, and Justin Masterson misses for ball one. Royals hitters leading off an inning have done some damage. They've gone 5 for 10 so far in the series, and they've scored 5 runs. And Masterson falling behind again. It's 2-0.
Yeah, he's having a tough time coming out commanding the fastball, isn't he?
High fly ball. Center field, Ezekiel Carrera. One away. Our great clip of the game will go back to April 26th when Justin Masterson carved up this Kansas City lineup. In that game, Masterson went 6 2/3 with 7 strikeouts. At that point, he won his 5th game to go to 5-0. Matt Trainer cuts and misses. Trainer did not play last night. Brian Pena had the catching duties in last night's game. And it's 0-2.
Well, Trainer draws a short straw as a right-hander coming up to have to face Masterson. In his last start, right-handers were 0 for 10 against him.
Missed down and in. High pop out of play to the right. Swung out and missed. He strikes him out. Second K for Masterson, 2 down. Our trivia question tonight brought to you by AT&T. Who's the only player in Indians history to appear in 160 or more games in a season at shortstop? And a first pitch strike to Chris Getz. Line down the left field line, slicing, fair ball into the corner. Brantley digs it out, makes a good strong throw to second.
Boy,
looking back into the sun, tough play there for Cabrera.
No, Kipnis is sitting out there. He's got to put his hand up. I mean, to look at that sun coming in, it's going to be a 2-out double. Second hit, and both of them have been doubles. Yeah, you're looking up into that sun, and that throw's coming in from left field, Brantley, and see if you can get a look at Kipnis trying to shade his eyes as it is coming in. Just a tough time of day right now.
Grounded to third. Lonnie Chisenhall fires it over. And the inning is over. We'll go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Kansas City. The Indians come to bat here, bottom of the second. Travis Hafner leading off for the Tribe. Hafner takes a strike. Hafner 0 for 4 last night. And Paulino delivers low, 2-1. No shift for Hafner, but gets the second baseman. He's a good 5 to 7 yards out onto the outfield grass in shallow right. Down in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike. Hafner in a good count here. And Paulino's 3-1 pitch is hit high in the air to center field Melky Cabrera. 1 away. Our minor league report is brought to you by Kia. Tony Walters, the shortstop at Mahoning Valley, last 9 games hitting .459 with 7 runs scored. 3rd round pick just last year. Well, the trading deadline comes up tomorrow afternoon, and the chatter is picking up as everybody is trying to zero in on a last-minute deal. Yesterday, of course, Hunter Pence was traded from the Astros to the Phillies. Today, the Tigers making a deal with Seattle to get Doug Fister and also David Pauly for their bullpen. We've seen Fister twice this year. He's pretty good right-handed pitcher.
6'7", 6'8". Yeah. And, you know, I watched some of the highlights. Hunter Pence coming out in the middle of the game in the 5th inning. Yeah. Ended up taking him out of the game, ran into the dugout, and ended up saying his goodbyes through the dugout on the way to the clubhouse.
A lot of speculation around White Sox outfielder Carlos Quentin, if perhaps he might be on the move before the deadline, and also Rockies pitcher Ubaldo Jimenez. He's been rumored to be going several different places. The 2-1. Santana hits a high fly ball deep to left. Gordon is back on the track. 2 down. And that will bring up Kosuke Fukudome, who in his Indians debut last night after coming over in a trade from the Chicago Cubs went 0 for 4. Drew Pomerantz was scratched from his scheduled start tonight at AA Akron, so that, of course, has the speculation meter ramped up.
Of course it does. I mean, anytime, yeah, and if you were warming up and they set you down, then obviously something could be in the works. And, well, Jimenez is supposed to pitch for the Rockies tonight, isn't he? And it's an 8:35 start this time. See what happens there. Got about an hour to go. Or maybe less than that, because it takes you 20 minutes to get loose for the ball game.
Yeah. Fukudome pops it up. Shallow left. Out goes Escobar. In comes Gordon. And the Indians go 1-2-3 again. 2 complete, 1-0 Royals. Miller taste greatness moment. Royals lead it 1-0, top of the order. In the third, Alex Gordon, Melky Cabrera, and Billy Butler. Gordon walked and scored in the first. Came around on an RBI groundout by Eric Hosmer. And a bouncing ball. Diving stop, backhanded style by Laporta, and the flip to Masterson for out number one. Fine defensive play there by Matt Laporta to take a hit away from Gordon.
Well, it is, because it's a leadoff man. He makes a nice play, gets off, and gets a good jump on the ball and smothered it. Ended up catching it on that hop coming up, and Masterson is covering nicely. That was not an easy hop coming up in between. But they make the play and retire the leadoff man.
Now Melky Cabrera, who doubled to right his first time up. Rick, according to John Heyman of SI.com, Ubaldo Jimenez of the Rockies has drawn interest from a number of teams, and he's identified the Red Sox, the Indians, the Reds, the Blue Jays, Tigers, and Yankees as initially the teams who were in on him. As Cabrera chops one high off the plate, Masterson, he really didn't have much of a chance there. And an infield hit for Cabrera. But what he's saying now is that, again, this is John Heyman of SI.com, Boston and Cleveland are the most aggressive pursuers in the chase for Ubaldo Jimenez. He goes on to write in his story that he feels like the word is the Indians are unlikely to part with their top prospects to make such a deal. But again, that's just the news of the moment, and we'll certainly be following this. And the fact that Pomerantz was scratched from his start tonight adds to the intrigue at the moment.
Sure it does. It certainly does. I mean, trading deadline is over tomorrow at 4 o'clock, so you have to do something. If you're going to do it, why not tonight? As we said, Jimenez is pitching tonight, so you'll find out.
Off the mound, and it skips past Asdrubal Cabrera. Billy Butler with a base hit. And the Royals have runners at first and then second with one out.
Well, he wasn't going to spot Justin a strike that time. He got up and he got after that first fastball he saw and hit it hard right back up the middle, just under the glove. It was hit hard. Cabrera thought he had a chance, but it hits that mound and it really picked up some spin and it looked like some speed. So back-to-back hits. The Royals now with 4.
Into the Royals dugout on the foul ball by Eric Hosmer, who drove in the only run of the game with a ground out in the first. That's line toward center. Breaking in on it and making a nice grab is Ezekiel Carrera for out number 2. Let's check in for the first time tonight with our Katie Witham.
Well, guys, we have a ton going on out at the ballpark tomorrow. KeyBank Kids Fun Day. We're going to have all of those great activities out there on the Gateway Plaza. Also, SpongeBob SquarePants and Dora the Explorer will be here. Kids can also stay to move it around the bases, sponsored by the Cleveland Clinic. Afterwards, you can get tickets now at Indians.com, guys.
Ball 1 to Jeff Francoeur, who flied to center his first time up. That goes to third, and it's a fair ball. Off balance throw on the money by Lonnie Chisenhall to retire Jeff Francoeur. And the inning is over. Royals get a pair of hits, leave them stranded. Middle of the third, 1-0 KC.
0-0 Kansas City. Bottom of the third. Bottom third of the Indians' order due up. Lonnie Chisenhall to lead it off. Now the 2-0. Now adding to the intrigue is Troy Rank of the Denver Post, who has just tweeted that the Indians are discussing a deal with the Rockies for Jimenez that would include Alex White, Drew Pomerantz, and Jason Kipnis. As Chisenhall draws the leadoff walk here in the third. So again, the rumor mill is fired up and it is rolling right now.
Then we should find something out soon. They're talking about all the prospects that the Indians, I mean, we've heard about and had an opportunity to see this year.
Yeah.
I mean, briefly, right now, Kipnis just called to the big leagues. Of course, White, he made 3 starts. He's on the DL. Can you trade a guy on the DL? Or he is making a rehab out there. It's today, isn't it?
He was scheduled to. But we are receiving reports that he has been removed from that rehab stint tonight. So
we got guys pulled back everywhere.
Yeah. The 0-1. Down low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
First time that Paulino has been out of the stretch. You know, and when he winds up, it's almost like he's out of the stretch. You know how quickly he can get into that. I can see where he may rush a little bit, and he's about 500 balls to strikes, 16 balls, 17 strikes.
The 1-1. Our producer Jim Murphy telling me that Matt McBride was also scratched from his start at Double-A Akron, the outfielder. It would appear that something is brewing. 2-1 in the dirt. I don't know all the ins and outs in terms of the protocol, Rick, but I don't know that you would scratch guys from a start in case a deal was done.
Yeah, you might do that. You know, you don't want to take a chance if they're going to be a part of the deal to let them go out there one game and they get hurt, and then all of a sudden the deal's off. So you just hold them back.
Strike called, full
until
kill.
Everything is official.
Point being, just the fact that these guys have been taken out doesn't mean it's done.
No, I don't think so. You know, it's amazing nowadays with all the media and the internet and the way that things go.
Fast.
The trading deadline, I mean, it happens in seconds. Trading deadline, you used to have to wait till tomorrow morning and read the paper. I mean, now it's on if one guy has it, it's all across the board, and everybody across the country has it in no time. So, I mean, you can speculate all you want until they say, hey, this is a done deal. Then you believe it.
Payoff pitch. And Laporta got a piece to stay alive. Trainer couldn't hang on.
I'm going to call you Columbo. You got everything rolling. Now you got Murph going after it, I'm sure, in the truck. I can't hear him. He normally talks.
He's gone radio silent. Laporta pops it up on the infield. Hosmer has it. 1 away. Hey, tonight after the game on Browns Training Camp Daily, Andre Knott, Tony Grossi, and Doug Deacon will anchor the coverage. First day of camp, interviews with Pat Shermer, Brown's new head coach, and quarterback Colt McCoy, and Andre Knott goes one-on-one with Peyton Hillis. I just hope Andre doesn't try to tackle him.
It's not going to work
for Andre.
Yeah, you can't tackle him, can you?
No, I don't think Andre can tackle him.
It's like a tractor.
Ezekiel Carrera watches it sail high, and it's 2-0. 1-on-1 out here in the third. Tribe down 1-0. Off the mound, the shortstop Escobar steps on the bag, throws to first to end the inning. Back here, fourth inning, 1-0 Kansas City. That's a quick sprint. Matt Underwood, Rick Manning with you. So happy to be joined now by Indians alum Max Alvis, who was here at the ball game today, threw out the ceremonial first pitch alongside Sam McDowell.
Still has a baseball, and you did a nice job,
He
Max.
threw a strike.
Yes,
Thanks,
he did.
Man.
Popped up, shallow center, out goes Asdrubal Cabrera. He'll put that away for out number one. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Thanks.
Great to see you at the Indians golf outing the other day.
It's great. Did you
Here
play
you go.
well?
We did not.
Take a look at
Oh,
this.
yeah.
This
Come
was,
on.
Look
Look
at
at
that.
that.
All right.
That's perfect.
Sam had to bounce his.
Well, we'll take a look at Sam's when we get him. He's after you.
They need some hits, guys, and with men on base.
You know
don't
what?
we?
It's been a lean homestand. They've only scored 7 runs on this homestand, and it's been one of those streaks where we've all had them.
Yeah.
Where when you go through as a ball club and we trying to get a big base hit. And let me ask you your opinion when a team is going through a rut like this, people trying too hard instead of just relaxing and letting things happen.
They're trying to make things happen, and
Right.
that, you know how that works. Always in the opposite of what you want it to be. Just relax and go out there and do what you're capable of doing, and good things will begin to happen.
Easier said than done, because sometimes you get up there and you squeeze the sawdust out of the bat, don't you? And you just try and get 4 hits in 1 at bat.
I was with Sam over in Lorraine the other day, and I told him, I said, Sam, batting practice, you're taking a 70% swing, and I said, you look awesome.
Yeah.
But you change when you get in when the game starts. You know, you go to 110% swing.
Yeah.
But stay at the 70%.
It's easier than said than done. But now you've got a grandson that's playing baseball out here in Lorain, right?
Right.
Playing summer baseball?
Yeah, he's over there with Joe Romberg. That's Kevin's son. And Joe Charbonneau's the hitting instructor over there.
Keep him away from Joe.
I told him, I said, the only thing I can tell you, if it breaks out, get back-to-back with Joe. He's having a good summer and getting to play every day. That's what he needed to do.
Well, let me ask you, Max, is he a third baseman like you are?
No, he's an outfielder. He's left-handed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hits right but throws left. Got a good arm. Can run a little bit. He reminds me of you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, that's a rarity, though, when you hit right-handed and you throw left-handed. Not many guys do that in baseball anymore.
Max, obviously the Indians have a lot of young players, many of them making their major league debut this season here at the big league level. Your first full year in the big leagues, 1963. You played almost every game.
Right.
You hit 274, 22 bombs, 32 doubles. I mean, you hit the ground running.
Right.
What was the key to stepping right in as a rookie and having that kind of success?
If you remember, we got a new manager that year, too. His name was Bertie Tibbetts. And Bertie came to me early on. He said, Max, he said, you're my third baseman. Don't worry about it. If you go 0 for 5, you're going to play the next day. So I really didn't have the pressure on me to produce, and it just happened. And so it was really easier.
It helped you relax a little bit more?
That's correct.
They're doing the same thing with the kid that led off this inning, Mike Moustakas, here in Kansas City. He's going to get an opportunity. He was the #1 draft pick. They said, hey, you're going to play third base and go ahead, and it should take some pressure off.
You betcha. Just let them play. You got to give 110% and get out there and do the things you're supposed to do and play the game correctly, you know.
Well, Max, great catching up with you. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Always great to see you.
Good
Max
to see you.
Elvis, former Indians third baseman. On to nothing. Michael Brantley will lead off for the Indians. And Felipe Polino misses outside ball one. Once again, Matt Underwood, Rick Manning with you, and joined now by Sutton Sam McDowell, who's throwing out the first pitch along with Max Alvis before the ball game.
See, Maxie came in was a third baseman. He was about this tall. We get the big left-hander in here now.
Do you enjoy coming back and mixing with the fans?
Oh, very much. I come back here 3-4 times every year. Even if there's nothing to do with the Indians, I still come back here. We have a lot of friends, a lot of family members who still live in and around.
And tell the fans how many years you did play for Cleveland, because I remember the year you were traded to San Francisco for Gaylord Perry and Frank Duffy, right?
They told me it was strictly for Frank Duffy. And you get a Cy Young Award winner. You remember that famous quote from Gay Paul? Well, we really didn't trade Sam away. We needed Frank Duffy.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, the trade winds are swirling around the Cleveland Indians right now, Sam. Reports out of Colorado have the Indians and Rockies reportedly close to a deal that would bring Ubaldo Jimenez to the Indians for a number of their top prospects.
Well, right now, rumors are going to be swirling all the time, especially for the teams that are up at the top there. And I just hope and pray that Cleveland doesn't, go crazy by trading away a lot of their prospects, because they've got a lot of young players that are going to be great players, not just good players.
Brantley draws a leadoff walk, and that will bring up Jason Kipnis, whose name has also been rumored to be part of that package in a proposed trade for Jimenez. How unsettling is it, Sam, as a player, when you hear your name? You went through it, obviously. If you hear your name out there in the rumors.
Well, actually, I heard my name from the day I got to the big leagues, and as I understand, they always do that to kind of set up the other teams just to see what they can get. But in my particular case, I hated being traded. In fact, I never forgave Gabe Paul for trading me away. But there was a lot of things that went on with Cleveland at that time, and I wasn't exactly thrilled with Gabe Paul to begin with.
Well, I said when we saw Tito Francona at the golf outing, he said you were coming into Cleveland to throw a bullpen at the time. They wanted to see you pitch, and he said, Tito, go on in there and face this guy. And he said he saw the best fastball he had ever seen before, a curveball, a changeup. You had 4 pitches above average.
Well, don't forget my spitter and my knuckleball.
Well, we won't even get into that one. Joe Askew had to take off his glove and give 7.
All the years that Joe caught me, I don't think he ever knew what pitch was coming. I really don't think so.
But he did a hell of a job to catch anything. But now back in the day, though, when you were pitching, pitchers used to add and subtract, right? Now, if you took your glove and you went above the waist and wiped twice, let's say it was a fastball, you added up here and you subtracted down here to the pitches, whatever the catcher would call. Mm-hmm. And maybe Joe couldn't count past 3, but, I mean, you tried to trick him a few times, didn't you?
Well, my biggest problem was I didn't know how to sign in Cuban.
Yeah, that's right. Joe was here. He was a terrific catcher for a while, and you guys had some tremendous pitching staffs here when you played here in Cleveland.
Oh, we did. In fact, that book really surprised the daylights out of me. That one called Strike 3 by that young man Tomczyk, that was the neurosurgeon, became a brain surgeon, that did a research book on Cleveland Indians pitching staff. He used to be the bullpen catcher, for us.
Okay.
And the way the research has gone is Cleveland, during those 5.5 years, had the greatest pitching staff in the history of baseball.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You talked to some of the hitters that were around then and had to face this staff. It was not a fun day to come in for a 3 or 4 game series. I remember that. The '68 staff, you guys were unbelievable, huh? Tell us about the starters in that.
How would you like to be a starter and you have to beg Elvin Dark at the end of the season if you could pitch to the last game of the season just to get a winning record when your earned run average is 181?
Are you trying to say those guys couldn't hit?
Well, I'm not sure that 153 was what you would say is great hitting.
No, that's true. You had a 181 ERA?
181 ERA, and I thought I was great, man. I thought I was the cock of the walk.
And you were at a 500 record?
A 500 record. And then I look at Louis Tion, he's 121.
Yeah.
And then we're both thinking, gee, we got it knocked, Then Bob Gibson comes in with 112.
Yeah, that was the year after that. They lowered the mound, didn't they, after 1968? McLean won 31 games that year.
Most clubs lowered the mound.
Oh, we did? Cleveland. You talking about the Bozzards kept it up?
I'd just say that they were tailor-made.
Okay. Well, you could do that back then, though. If you wanted the grass to grow a little bit higher and you were a ground ball pitcher, you just had the grounds crew grow the grass, didn't you?
Look at Chicago, the other Bossert brothers that were over there.
Oh, yeah.
They would water until you had a lake there in front of the plate.
Jason Kipnis, a sky-high pop into foul ground. Moustakas there to grab it, 2 away.
There is still a Bozzard in Chicago that's in charge of the ground crew. Yes, there is, for the White Sox.
They're amazing.
Yes, there is. It is amazing.
Sam, for a pitcher like you, as tall as you were, did lowering the mound have much of an impact on you that next year?
The height never affected me either way. What did help me was the steep of the mound in front of the rubber. I like the huge, steep step down so that I would be falling right towards the hitter. Where you have a guy like Steve Horgan, he wanted the mound flat because he's a sinker slider pitcher. So that's all he wanted, you know. Louis Tiant, there was no talent because you couldn't understand what he was saying. So it was fixed either way.
Toughest hitter you ever had to face?
Well, the reason why I was the last left-handed second baseman in the history of baseball with 1,000 fielding percentage.
That's right. They moved you out to what? The second base.
And I made the play.
You did? You had one play out there?
Yep, I had one play and I got 1,000 fielding average. It was Frank Howard.
Okay.
He owned me.
Hondo.
Well,
he owned me.
He could hit a fastball, couldn't he? Did you try throwing him curveballs, fastballs, change-ups, everything?
Well, they never reached home plate because they hit him out before they got to the catcher.
You know, Frank Howard was a hitting coach of mine when I was playing. He used to say, "You just wait, and about that 6th or 7th inning, that fastball will shorten up by about a foot, and that's when you got to take advantage of those fastball pitches."
Not with our pitchers. We got stronger as the game went on. But Alvin Dark told me that after seeing me for a year and a half with Frank Howard, he said he had enough. And that if we're winning a game from the 7th inning on, I'm not pitching against Frank. He didn't care what the score was.
Well, that's a big man, and he could hit him a long way. I'm sure he hit him off a lot of guys.
And he also psychologically got you, too, because I was considered, I guess, the hardest thrower in baseball. And he's taking batting practice halfway up from home plate to the pitcher's mound.
Moustakis makes the grab on the foul pop. Sam, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate your time.
Enjoyed it very much.
Sam McDowell with us here tonight.
Thank you.
It's still 1-0 Kansas City. United, proud to fly the Cleveland Indians. And by Panini's. Go to paninisgrill.com for their new food and drink menu and a location near you. Fifth inning here at Progressive Field, and the Royals lead the Indians by a score of 1-0. Alcides Escobar will lead off for Kansas City. Then it's Alex Gordon and Melky Cabrera. A little bit high, 1-1. Rounded right back up the middle. Has dribbled Cabrera. Throws low. Laporta digs it out. One away. Let's pause now for station identification. You're watching Cleveland Indians baseball. Matt Underwood, Rick Manning with you tonight here at Progressive Field, where the Indians trail the Royals 1-0. But sounds like they could be on the verge of swinging a blockbuster trade. Reports say the Indians are very close to trading for Ubaldo Jimenez of Colorado. And according to our sources, the Indians are willing to part with Drew Pomerantz, Alex White, and Matt McBride. But no official word, so still speculation at this point. But all three of those guys that the Indians were talking about traded have been pulled from their starts tonight, and Jimenez was scratched from his start tonight in Colorado. Scoreboard update brought to you by your Northern Ohio Ford dealers and the all-new 2012 Ford Focus. Ford, drive one. Alex Gordon walked and scored the only run of this game in the first inning. Close, did not get the call. And it's 2-2. In the hole, a base hit for Alex Gordon. 5th hit of the night for Kansas City. Melky Cabrera, 2 hits already tonight. He doubled to right in the first, and then he chopped one right off the plate in the third. No, he chopped one right off the plate in the third inning. And by the time it came down, Masterson really didn't have a play.
He tried to barehand it, and that was going to be his only chance. I don't think he would have had a chance anyway, even if he fields it cleanly, as high as that ball went off home plate.
In the air to center field. In comes Carrera. 2 away. And that will bring up Billy Butler. Base hit his last time up.
I want to send along some birthday wishes tonight. Bob Foudy is turning 70, a big Indians fan. Bob, we want to wish you a happy birthday. Laverne Wascalis of Denver, North Carolina, is 66. Happy birthday.
Liner to short, snared by Cabrera to end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 Kansas City. And for the Indians, Travis Hafner, Carlos Santana, and Kosuke Fukudome will be the batters. Hafner looks at a ball down low, fly to center his first time up. Indians have had 2 base runners, 2 leadoff walks. But that's been it.
He's only been, what, 4 of 13 first pitch strikes today. So the Indians, I mean, he's been behind some hitters. They just haven't been able to level on anything. He struck out the side in the first. And he's got 1 ground ball out, and that was a ground ball double play by Carrera.
Time called just before Polino was ready to deliver. And he popped him up. Another weak pop to the third baseman, Moustakas, who's been busy over there tonight grabbing those. That's 3 straight that have been popped up to the third baseman. Okay, our game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Justin Masterson gave up a run in the first, nothing since. Meanwhile, Felipe Polino working no-hit baseball into the 5th inning. Find out about more than 30 Toyota offers available now at buyatoyota.com. Carlos Santana, fly to left his first time up. And the 1-1 is a strike over the outside edge. Angels beat the Tigers today 5-1. White Sox and Red Sox scoreless in the 5th in Chicago. Boy, how about the Yankees? They're beating Baltimore 12-0 in the 2nd inning, and that's game 2 of a doubleheader. The Yankees already won earlier today. Santana with a long fly ball, deep right center field, and it is off the top of the fence. Santana sliding into second base with a 1-out double. His second 2-bagger of the series, his 18th double on the year.
Well, the first hit for the Indians coming in the 5th inning, and this one just missed going out of the ballpark. It hit high off the wall in right center field. He made a mistake here. A straight 4-seam fastball that Santana jumps all over and gave it a ride. This ball could not have missed by much. Look at that as it comes back in. Francoeur gets it. Throws it into second base. So the first hit for the Tribe. They'll have an opportunity to tie the game up now with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th.
And a bunt foul, third base side by Kosuke Fukudome, who flied to left his first time up.
You know, this is where I want to see him drive him in. Forget the bunt. You don't get many opportunities. At least the Indians have not had many opportunities with runners in scoring position. You certainly don't want to bunt them over. You got an out there. You want to drive them in.
High and wide, 1-1 to count. Fukudome eyes in on Felipe Polino. And the 1-1 is in the dirt. Good block there by Trainer. And a fly ball, left field, routine for Alex Gordon. 2 down. Before Lonnie Chisenhall steps to the plate, let's check in once again tonight with Katie Witham.
Well, Matt, Rick, I spoke with Indians hitting coach Bruce Fields about Lonnie Chisenhall, and he told me this is a kid who is one of the few players that has always known his swing from day one. But the key with him is he has what you can't teach, and that's extremely quick hands. So quick, in fact, that it actually allows him to wait longer than other batters to recognize the pitch. And for him, that's really been all the difference, guys.
All right, thanks, Katie. Lonnie Chisenhall walked his first time up. With 2 down, a turn and throw back to second. Escobar did a nice job to keep that from going into the outfield. Fouled over toward the Royals dugout. The 0-1 pitch. And the count 0-2.
He has hit on a couple of fastballs on that inside corner tonight. Guys might have been looking out over the plate because he has mixed up some of his pitches, but they're taking the fastball in.
The 0-2 down in the dirt.
Well, that's one where you have to be 100% sure you're going to make it. That ball looked like it hit like Laz Diaz and deflected out. That's why Santana had to go back. You're already in scoring position.
One-two pitch. Fouled out of play. 75 pitches for Paulino. 41 for strikes. But he's given up just one hit. He struck out the side to start the game. He doesn't have a strikeout since. He's walked 2, and the only hit coming here in the 5th on a 1-out double by Carlos Santana. Chisenhall in a pretty good battle. And another foul ball.
Finish up our birthday wishes. Lev Abramowitz from Beach City, Ohio is turning 55. Teddy Gaborski of Willowick is 13. And a 6th anniversary to Robin Long and Marie Cox of North Canton.
Again the 1-2. And again a foul back.
Had a good swing at that fastball. That was one like I think Santana got a fastball up, let her high. And I think that's what Trainer wants to go out and talk to him about.
Again, Paulino sets in the 1-2. That's in the dirt to even the count. The 2-2. Fouled back out of play.
Well, Lonnie's battling right here. This is a good at bat. Fouling off about 4 pitches after he already had 2 strikes on him. Back into the count. Now it's 5 fouls. Teflon Tom tells me 5, so he's got a pretty good at-bat going on here. See if Paulino makes a mistake.
Pitch number 80 on the night coming up for the Royals right-hander.
Attaboy.
Another foul ball.
That's good. I mean, that's a good at-bat. Well, you can get up there. That might have been a ball, but who cares? He's up there he's not trying to do a lot of damage with it. Just foul it off and stay alive until he makes a mistake. 9-pitch at-bat, yeah, that's fine. You don't swing for the fence. He's staying alive, trying to get that guy in from second base.
Now the 2-2. High pop on the infield. Again, it's the third baseman, Moustakas.
How many of those have we had tonight?
Oh, that's 4 in the last 2 innings. Restaurant to pick up your Wahoo Bucks $5 discount coupons for the Subway Extreme Fan Zone. It's the place to be for a chance to win Subway gift cards, Indians fun money, and you get great discounts on your next Subway purchase. Subway, where winners eat. One 0 Kansas City. 6th inning, Masterson has made 66 pitches. 43 of those have been strikes. He's 15 out of 21 first pitch strikes after he really struggled to find it early in the game. He's zeroed in here now in the last couple
You're
innings.
right. In that first inning, the leadoff walk, that's the only blemish really came around to score. Gordon did. But again, he pulled the reins back in, settled down, and we have another 1-0 ball game in this homestand.
Eric Hosmer drove in the only run with a ground out in the first, and he lined out to center his last time up, and he hits another line drive, this one into left field for a leadoff hit. Time now to take a look at the AT&T trivia question. We'll have the answer for you. Only player in Indians history to appear in 160 games or more in a season at shortstop. And the answer is Dick Hauser in 1964.
Wow, I would have never guessed that.
No. Foul ball.
Well, the Royals don't stay put for long. They lead the league in stolen bases with 104. Ned Yost starts Hosmer. Take a look at it. Most games at shortstop in a season. Julio Franco, 159. Frank Duffy, he was traded here with Sudden Sam McDowell. Chapman, 156. Wow.
By the way, Dick Hauser twice led the Royals to 90-win seasons in Kansas City in the 1980s, including their magical season of 1985.
You know, Justin has done a much better job holding runners this year. He's first in the league with 10 caught stealing against. They have stolen 9 bases off him, but still, he varies his sets. He will hold the baseball, and for a big guy, he has done a lot better job. Where last year, it used to be like a track meet, you know, where they'd go in there and they'd put on the starting blocks and take off, but you give your guys a chance, and you got a pretty good chance of throwing them out, especially when you have Lou Marson behind the plate. Santana's thrown out 10 guys in 53 attempts. Marson's got 16 and 36, so Marson's at almost 45%, and Santana's at about 19.
One and two the count now on Jeff Francoeur, 0 for 2 tonight. Tell you one thing, before much longer, Ned Yost might have the Kansas City Ball Club with a new nickname, the Runnin' Royals. 5 players in double figures in steals, and Alex Gordon has 9.
Don't you remember earlier in the year when he was starting everybody early in the year, and they just continue? I mean, they're, as we witnessed in this series, we haven't seen them now since mid part of May, but they're an aggressive team offensively. They get after it early. If they see a fastball they like, they swing. They're not going to take it. They get into that at bat and they swing it hard, and they will run too. They get on base. They're not going to stay put. And it's not like they have any speedsters, but they will continually do it throughout the lineup. They'll start runners, and if guys like the pitch, they'll let them go ahead and swing.
We're not talking about the Willie Wilson era Royals, but
right.
But they'll keep the pressure on the defense, as you say. Two-two pitch.
Well, I think their park is conducive to that because it's not a home run hitting ballpark. It's got spacious alleys. It's a doubles, triples park, and you can't sit and play for the home run ball. They have hit 80 on the year.
Well, remember when we were in Kansas City, we watched them one day take running practice, going first to third, first to home. Yeah, and that's something that's important in their home ballpark.
It certainly is. They've got to play that style baseball in their park if they want to, try and win.
2-2 took the sting out of his bat with a good pitch. And Laporta has that one away. Hey, let's go back to the studios, see what Al Pawlowski has dug up with the latest on this potential trade situation.
So, hey, Matt, the last hour or so, the Internet's been abuzz with rumors that Ubaldo Jimenez is coming to Cleveland for Drew Pomeranz, White, Alex White, and Matt McBride. However, this is him a few minutes ago warming up for his start in San Diego, so nothing's been confirmed, but that's the hot rumor right now. Back to you.
So obviously if he's warming up, there is no deal in place.
No, sir. That game is what, it said an 8:35 start, so it should be starting here in 5 minutes.
Yep. Mike Moustakas 0 for 2 at the plate. It's a ground ball and a diving stop by Kipnis. Goes to second for the force there. The return throw is in time. Another sensational double play. This one started by the rookie Jason Kipnis with an outstanding play. 1-0 Royals as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. How about this play by Jason Kipnis?
Boy, this is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. He smothered it. I thought he was only going to go to first and try and get the one, but no. He goes out there and gets it to Cabrera, and on the relay, they turn the double play. That is a beautiful double play. It pumps up his pitcher. Nicely done. Great play.
Matt Laporta gets into one. Deep left. Gordon looking up, and it is off the top of the wall. And into second base with a leadoff double is Matt Laporta. That ball had a lot of hang time to it. And Laporta's in the scoring position to start this 6th inning for Cleveland.
Well, you look at this on our pitch tracker again. Time Warner Cable pitch tracker. It's going to show a fastball. It's almost the same pitch that Santana hit. Watch this. Fastball up. 4-seamer. And I thought that he had enough of it. I thought it was going to get out of here, but it did not.
I think Paulino thought it was gone. His initial reaction.
I sure did. I've seen a lot of balls hit out there, and it did not miss by much. Goes off the auxiliary board, maybe a little too high.
Yeah.
All right, now you got that leadoff man aboard. 2 hits, 2 doubles, but.
Well, Ezekiel Carrera in bunt mode here.
Yeah, move him over, get him in.
Royals pinch in at the corners. Now remember, Laporta doesn't run all that great. And Carrera fouls it back over the screen.
Well, from what I've seen so far with Carrera, he's a kind of guy that he bunts a lot. He's more comfortable putting the ball down almost like it's a base hit style, not a sacrifice style. He'll get it again.
Well, as you say, he wants to bunt the ball to the third baseman to make him field it here.
Force him to field it. It's an automatic. You're not bunting for the hit. Just get him over.
Pulls it back. It's high, 1-1. Outside again, 2 balls and a strike. Now Carrera looks down to Steve Smith, Indians' third base coach. That double by Laporta, the Indians' first leadoff hit in an inning so far in this series. But tonight they've had the leadoff man aboard now for the 3rd time. They had a couple of walks.
A little surprised they let him swing there. 2-1 count. Just because you get the count in your favor doesn't mean, he's a pull hitter. I'd say stay down with the bunt. What's he supporting some new glasses today, huh?
Trying to bring it all into focus.
Well, I'll tell you what. I may have to put on a pair of glasses to see what I can see something better. And I think he's trying.
He's thinking maybe the things will look better if I peer through these glasses.
Taking a page out of Joe Madden.
Two count. Bounced foul up the first base side. 88 pitches on the night for Felipe Paulino. 51 of those have been strikes. And the Indians trail it 1-0. Bottom of the 6th. They've got their leadoff man in scoring position. Carrera trying at the very least to move him over to third here. And he lines it into center field, a base hit. Laporta into third. He'll be held there. Remember, Cabrera has a tremendous throwing arm in center field. And so the Indians have him at the corners with nobody out here in the 6th. Boy, how many times do you suppose you see that over the course of a year? A guy's trying to bunt, can't get the bunt down, and ends up getting it.
Well, he did it, I'm thinking, on this homestand one other time. He tried to throw the fastball by him, but he was staying short. He knew he had a job to do. His job was to get Laporta to third base. He does it, but he gets it with a 2-strike base hit, which is just fine. So now they have runners at the corners, nobody out, and you're flipping it back over to the top part of the lineup.
He did. It was in Masterson's last start. Remember, he had the RBI base hit
Yeah.
and then committed the unfortunate error.
That's right. He did it with 2 outs.
First time the Indians have had more than 1 hit in an inning since that 9th inning comeback win against the Angels. Or was that the game? That was the loss that when they loaded the bases and couldn't get the run home. So that was Tuesday night. Michael Brantley trying to get the Tribe on the board here. The 0-1. High and wide. The 1-1. And a liner toward left. Coming on Gordon. He'll get there to make the catch. Laporta tags. He's coming home. Gordon's throw to the plate in plenty of time. And Trainer hangs on, and now he's face down on the ground. Laporta touches home. He's already been called out by Laz Diaz, I do believe. And Matt Trainer is in a world of hurt.
He hit him in the face.
It looks like he might be.
He got him in the face. That's what he did. I'm not so sure if that mask didn't cut him.
Yeah, he might have been out unconscious there for a moment. Look at the wide eyes.
I'm not so sure the helmet didn't hit him. That was a tremendous throw by Gordon. But, there's something that got him.
Well, Alex Gordon with his 17th assist on the year. That's a new franchise mark for Kansas City, or does that tie it? I think it ties the franchise mark. And that's their 20th runner that they have thrown out at the plate this
incredible.
season.
Yeah, well, it wasn't deep enough. They tried to send him. Laporta couldn't get there. It was a tremendous one-hop throw. And it's a good thing that Trainer had the ball, because I'll tell you, he was knocked for a loop. That goes as a double play ball. It'll go 7-2. But he did a tremendous job to hold on, didn't he? Look, there's enough former catcher Ned Yost coming out there. And he knows that was, he's got all his wits about him. He's going to walk off under his own power, but he's going to leave the ball game, I would believe. There's the one look. He's blowing a bubble as he's making the throw. One hop, tremendous throw. It hits his cutoff. There it was,
right
the
on
mask.
The chin. He got him right on the chin.
The shoulder got him on the chin. The mask went flying, and he was out cold, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, he just lowered the shoulder. It was a good, clean slide. He went in to touch the plate, but he had the ball. He never let that ball go. That was, a good all-around play by Gordon, by Matt Trainer, and by Matt Laporta. And look at that, most outfield assists. And how many of Gordon's 8 of them have been at home plate? I mean, that's 17. Look at the whole outfield is up there.
38 as an outfield for Kansas City. And we told you last night the closest team to him is 10 behind.
He's going into the clubhouse. He was knocked a little woozy. He might have been unconscious there for a while. He's taking his equipment. He's going up. He will be done in this game. Laporta's fine. Watch it. It's the elbow or the shoulder to the face. Boy, he had it in the glove too, didn't he?
Sure did.
He held on to it. Laporta. That was a good, clean slide. He went at him.
Well, he had the plate blocked, and I don't think Matt had any other choice.
No, you got to go in, lower the shoulder, go in there.
The problem that baseball had earlier this year is when catchers are defenseless and guys come barreling into them. You know, when you're up the line trying to take the throw, sometimes.
If that throw was from right field, he would have been defenseless.
Exactly.
That throw was from left, so he's got his eye on the runner as well as the ball coming in. He can see him. When you're switched and your body's angled over to right field, it's a little bit different. But there he had everything coming. But Gordon made the good throw to get it to him on one hop, and he had the ball before he got hit.
Gordon ties their Royals franchise record with his 17th assist of the year. Jason Kipnis 0 for 2 tonight. Ezekiel Carrera into scoring position with 2 down. And a strike called 2-1. Kipnis with a liner fouled on the right side, just out in front of it. 2-2 with 2 down and a runner at second here in the 6th. Tribe down 1-0. Left-hander Tim Collins, the diminutive reliever, warming for the Royals. Kipnis with a liner the other way, slicing, and Gordon can't get to it. Foul. Count remains 2-2. Boston out to a 4-0 lead over the White Sox in Chicago. They're in the 6th. If you haven't heard, Tigers lost earlier today, 5-1 to the Angels. Tribe down a run here, last half of the 6th. 98th pitch of the night for Paulino. And Kipnis strikes out to end the inning. We'll go to the 7th, still 1-0 KC.
If you're thinking of coming out to the ballpark, check out the all-you-can-eat seats. You can get in the door for just $32, unlimited food and drink. And while you're here, make sure to stop on out back behind section 153. It's the Cleveland Indians charity right now. They have raffle tickets where you can win your shot to sit with former Indian skipper Mike Hargrove and his wife Sharon up in their suite. Raffle tickets, $20 right now. They'll pick 5 winners. Food and beverages are included. Check it all out online right now at Indians.com. Matt, Rick, back up to you guys.
All right, thanks, Katie. Here in the 7th inning, bottom third of the Royals order coming up. Justin Masterson has made 78 pitches. Matt Trainer was knocked out of the game, so Brian Pena gets his first at bat here tonight. Trainer was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Pena, switch hitting catcher. Swung out and missed, 2-2. Full count. We saw this last night from Pena. He can lay off really close pitches until he gets 2 strikes, and then
3-2. He did it last night. He laid off 2 good pitches out of the zone, but he's swinging at everything. 3-2.
He lined that into center field, a base hit. 7th hit for Kansas City.
The 4th time today they've had the leadoff man aboard the last 3 innings. No, I take that back. They didn't in the 5th. It's the 3rd time today.
Tribe takes on Boston Wednesday night at 7 on Channel 3. Join us for a baseball battle in Beantown. Indians Red Sox Wednesday night at 7 on Channel 3, your official Cleveland Indians station. Chris Getz wanted to bunt, and he pulled the bat back, took a strike. 1 for 2. He doubled back in the 2nd inning. Nothing into the count now. He swung and missed. Bouncer towards second base. Kipnis goes to Cabrera. Back to first, not in time. Gets down the line quickly.
That's one where I think Kipnis might have been able to go ahead and tag Pena and go for the double play that way instead of the backhanded flip. At least from my angle, it looked like he was close enough where he might be able to tag him. You see, come in, close ground, tag him, and throw, and you save on the flip to Cabrera. That enabled Getz to beat it out, and that's knowing who the base runner is right there.
Big chopper to short as Dribble goes to second. They get the force there. 2 down. And we'll bring up Alex Gordon. Popped him up foul. That'll find the seats. 2 down here in the 7th. Royals 1, Indians nothing. Well, their top 3 guys have swung the bats very well. 4 hits tonight between the 3 of them.
Well, they get up there. They don't mess around, Matt. I've noticed if they get that fastball first pitch, they are jumping on it. They're not sitting and spotting that pitch or anything. And it doesn't have to be in their zone. You know what I'm saying? Where you put it in a teacup. I mean, they're looking pitch. Yeah. That's okay. But they're swinging it with authority. Now, if you want to throw that breaking ball, I haven't seen many of them that have gone after that breaking ball for a strike. But Justin, you know, he's predominantly a fastball pitcher. He's not going to mess around and start you off with a slider.
1-1 is hit high in the air to right field. Fukudome back a few strides. That'll end the inning. Stretch time here in Cleveland. The Royals lead it by a score of 1-0. And the 7th inning stretch is brought to you by the Cleveland Clinic. Indians fans, time to get up and let's move it.
O'Reilly's Posturepedic mattress, made in Northeast Ohio. And by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers. It's time to join the Hyundai movement.
Kansas City leads it 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Asdrubal Cabrera, Travis Hafner, and Carlos Santana do for Cleveland. Felipe Polino closing in on 100 pitches here tonight. Royals bullpen is busy. And his 100th toss of the night is high, 2-0. And a strike is called, 2-1. That'll even things up. And Asdrubal does not like the call with Laz Diaz immediately barking at him.
Well, I think that was a backdoor slider. The pitch before that was one going away from him that he called a strike, and this one wrapped around the other way. See, they're calling the slider, and he's saying that one wrapped around. And he's right. That ball's outside. There. I mean, and he's telling him, and he's absolutely right. You can't give that guy that pitch. It's 3-1 count now. And you better not give him that one after calling that last one, or he would have been in trouble.
There'd have been fireworks before the fireworks show.
Yeah, there would have. That would have been a precursor. You're right.
Now the payoff pitch. And Asdrubal lines it into right field, a base hit. So another leadoff hit for the Tribe, back-to-back innings. They've had a leadoff hit. And with Kansas City's bullpen ready, Ned Yost looks like he's ready to make a move.
Well, he comes down, and he went down and hit a nice pitch. So even though Asdrubal didn't agree on one pitch, ends up starting this inning off with a base hit. And it looks like Ned Yost wants to get to that bullpen. This guy couldn't have done much better, could he?
No, Polino, 6 shutout innings. He'll leave responsible for the runner at first. And the call to the bullpen brought to you by Verizon 4G LTE. Rule the air on the most advanced 4G network in the world. Tim Collins, his 47th appearance of the year. We saw him early in the year, and he was not pitching well.
Well, he wasn't, but it seemed like he pitched in every game against the Indians because he was the only left-hander they had out of the bullpen.
Right.
So every time we faced him, he certainly came in, and for Ned Yost. And he will be on again, coming on to face Travis Hafner. Indians with the tying run aboard.
Travis Hafner has flied to center and popped up on the infield. Fouls the fastball straight back. Lazy pop, shallow left. In comes Gordon. Let's pause for station identification. You're watching Cleveland Indians baseball. Carlos Santana will step in. He doubled his last time up. He'll bat right-handed, though, against the lefty Collins. When Collins comes to the set position, his shoulders are practically square with the second baseman.
Yeah, he's that close. That's right.
Outside ball one to Santana. Indians just 2 for 20 in the series with a runner on base. They haven't had much luck stringing anything together here of late. Santana with a fly ball to center. And Melky Cabrera will make the catch for out number 2. So check in once again with Al Pulaski. He's got the latest from Ubaldo Jimenez's start for Colorado tonight.
Well, Matt, the plot is thickening in San Diego. Jimenez makes the start tonight. However, Esmail Rogers is warming up in the bullpen for the Rockies if they have to pull him for a trade. So that's the latest from San Diego, and Jimenez has already given up a couple of runs in the first inning. Back to you.
Oh, that's crazy. He's starting the game, but they've got somebody warming up just in case they trade him, and they'd have to take him out. Although he sounds like he's gotten banged around. He's given up 4 runs now already in that game. In the first inning. Of course, in his defense, you got to be wondering what his state of mind is. Hey, you might be traded. Hey, you're traded. Oh, you're not traded yet. Go out there and start.
Well, you have until tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So if he started, you might as well at least going to finish. Or go as long as he can, let's put it that way, unless you get knocked out.
Runner goes, and he picked a great pitch to go on.
Yes, he did. He picked the right pitch, a curveball.
Cabrera with his 13th stolen base on the year.
He hasn't had a stolen base in quite some time. He had 12 a long time ago, but he picked the right pitch, as you mentioned. When you have that left-hander and you can pick that curveball, awfully tough for a catcher to pick it up and throw you. So there's the tying run in scoring position, but with 2 outs.
And Kosuke Fukudome 0 for 6 as an Indian. One and 2 the count. And Fukudome just reached out to spoil that to stay alive here. Bounce to third. Moustakis throws him out. Leadoff hit again. Does no damage for the Tribe. We go to the 8th. 1-0 Royals.
Indians.
Hey fans, want to remind you, log on to paninisgrill.com for their new food and drink menu. And you can also find a location near you. Log on to paninisgrill.com for all the info. Two, 3, and 4 hitters for Kansas City here in the 8th.
Well, once again, Justin Masterson is out there doing everything he can to hold his team into it, and they're going to get the leadoff man aboard again. Third straight inning.
Third hit of the night for Melky Cabrera.
There's that good sinker down and away. He shoots it right back up the middle. Look at Justin looking at his glove saying, wait, I thought I had it. That ball was hit pretty well. 8 hits now for Kansas City. They have the 2 doubles and 6 singles. Last night they had the 10 extra base hits. So as an offense, these guys are swinging it very well as a team.
Billy Butler 1 for 3, looks at a strike.
Justin could use that ground ball here off the bat of Butler to get the double play. He has grounded into 11 of them this year.
Up high, 1-1. Runner goes, and Butler fouled that off Santana's either shin or got a part of his leg.
Yeah,
not sure.
Deflected down, looked like it went off his shin guard. Ned Yost again wanting to start that runner, knowing that a ground ball would likely happen. You watch it deflect, it goes off the shin guard here. right off the foot or the toe.
Yeah.
Unprotected, he goes right down. And that's just, directing the ball. It just goes off that bat. Nothing you could do. You can't protect it.
Double barrel activity in the Tribe bullpen. 95 pitches on the night for Justin Masterson. Joe Smith, the right-hander. Tony Sipp, the lefty, up for the Tribe. The 1-2. Masterson strikes out Butler. His 4th K of the night. 1 down. Our box score brought to you by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers, introducing the Hyundai Assurance Trade-in Value Guarantee. Now Melky Cabrera with 3 hits tonight for KC, but the only run they scored came in the first when Alex Gordon walked, went to third on the double by Cabrera, came home on an RBI ground out.
Yes, indeed. It's been another well-pitched game. Unfortunately, the Indians' offense is goose eggs. This has been, for a place that they've had a lot of success this year, has been one tough homestand for the Tribe offensively.
Pot back out of play. By the way, we just received word Matt Trainer was taken to Lutheran Hospital for a CAT scan, and he's been placed on the 7-day concussion DL. That's a new addition for baseball this year. Not really surprised based on what we saw in his immediate reaction.
It looked like he went out cold. That's the one thing. When he was on the ground for maybe 20 seconds or so, looked like it.
Yeah, I'd say that's about right. And then when he came to and they had him standing up, his eyes were, they couldn't bend any wider.
Yeah, didn't know where he was at. At least it looked that way.
No, he certainly
looked like a prize fighter in the ring.
Yeah, we certainly hope he's okay as he goes forward. 1-2 pitch. He might have gone around. They appeal. He did. They punch him out.
Well, you know what? I think didn't Laz Diaz make the call, or did he get help? Both of them called it. I thought Laz said he swung. But also, so did Scott Barry down at third. Let's see. It's that slider inside. That was a short, quick swing. No, he was asking for help. Oh, I'll tell you what. They caught a break. It wasn't even close.
You're right.
Was not even close. They asked for help, and he couldn't believe it. And he's got a legitimate beef. But it'll be strikeout number 5 for Justin.
And 2 down for Jeff Francoeur, 0 for 3 tonight. Ubaldo Jimenez was taken out of his start tonight, Rick, after just 1 inning. So again, it's still all just speculation at this point, but that's the very latest. He did give up 4 runs in that first inning. The 0-2 pitch out, throw down, and they punch him out. Cabrera thought he had it stolen. Second base umpire John Hirschbeck says, have a seat. We'll go to the last half of the 8th, 1-0 Kansas City. But offensively, the Indians still trying to break free of the run-scoring drought that plagues them. Tribe has managed just 2 runs in their last 34 innings. Lonnie Chisenhall will lead off the bottom of the 8th. Tim Collins got the last 3 outs of the 7th inning, and he stays on here for the 8th. And a breaking ball down low. Chisenhall has walked, and he has popped up on the infield. Up high with it, 2-0. Collins with the 2-0 pitch. And Lonnie taking a strike. Back-to-back strikes evens the count at 2-2. Chisenhall, Matt Laporta, and Ezekiel Carrera due here in the home half of the 8th. Foul out of play. Boston still leads the White Sox 4-1. They're in the bottom of the 7th in Chicago. Up high, full count. Tigers lost to the Angels earlier. But right now the Indians trail Kansas City 1-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Lonnie spoils it, keeps himself alive. Well, the beat goes on for Felipe Polino, that's for sure. He can win it, but he can't lose it. But once again, they don't score when he pitches. 3-2, pop back out of play. It doesn't help.
Same with Justin Masterson.
It doesn't help
too.
that he's up against a guy like Justin Masterson, who's been dynamite all year. But I mentioned earlier, Polino, this is his 44th career start. And now 26 times in his 44 career starts, they've scored 2 runs or less for him. That's the worst run support by any starter with 40 or more starts since 1974. Fouled out of play. Right-hander Aaron Crow waiting in the bullpen, probably to face Matt Laporta.
Well, this could be the only guy, yeah, right, this inning that Collins is on for.
Collins has made 18 pitches, 13 have been strikes. And the 3-2 to Chisenhall. Just a check swing foul to stay alive.
Well, right now, Collins has to throw a pitch that he knows he can throw a strike. He does not want to walk the leadoff man. He's thrown 4 straight fastballs. If he could trust himself and throw that curveball for a strike, I think he would get him. But I don't know if he trusts himself throwing the hook. There's another fastball.
Boy, an 11-pitch at bat for Chisenhall.
Yeah, you get into that situation. I mean, he's had 11 foul balls. Lonnie has in his last 2 at bats, foul balls.
That's ball 4 and a good at bat. And the leadoff man aboard. And another pitching change for Kansas City as Ned Yost will go to his bullpen. So Lonnie Chisenhall, you talk about it, Rick, it's probably frustrating in one sense. He's been just a tick off with all the foul balls he's hit. But in the end, he's aboard, and that's the tying run.
Yeah, get that leadoff man aboard. He had to go at him, and he finally missed with a fastball. So
Aaron Crow is coming on when we come back. And every time the Indians homer, Rick and I are each donating $5 to the Gathering Place, and the folks at Great Clips are donating $50 for every homer. Our total this year, $5,460. For more information, visit touchedbycancer.org. Great needs, great deeds, Great Clips. Right-hander Aaron Crow on to face Matt Laporta. A 1.80 earned run average for Crow.
He was their all-star representative this year out in Arizona.
Off the glove.
Baby. Thank you.
I don't know, Pena had to be crossed up there, don't you think?
He was. It looked like he hit that ball with the back of his glove. He might. I mean, did he forget what he put down? There's nobody on second base, and it's just a look at that ball just bounced off his glove.
It was a breaking ball, and he obviously didn't expect it or something. I don't know. He didn't look comfortable.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a big play for the Indians. Now you don't mess around. Now it's up to Laporta to try and, go to the right side and drive him in. That'll go as a pass ball, I think. Pass ball, okay.
Tying run into scoring position for Laporta now. And a strike evens the count. A little bit outside, 2-1. Lonnie Chisenhall, the tying run in scoring position. The 2-1 to Laporta. And it just missed, ball 3. See Pena trying to frame it over the outside corner, but to no avail. And now the 3-1 to Matt Laporta. Punches it high in the air to right field.
That's not going to get it done with Francoeur's arm. There's a pitch there, a 3-1 count. I mean, it's a fastball hitting count, and you saw Matt go after the slider. Not a good pitch selection for him to go after. You spot him that pitch, and if he hits with it, which it probably would have been a strike. It was all just like the pitch almost that he just took.
Very similar, exactly.
Almost the same spot that he took to get to the 3-1 count. Now you get more discipline, but he helps him out, and he doesn't get his job done.
What did Max Alva say earlier? Everybody's gripping that bat a little
When
harder. You're not
everything.
scoring runs.
Yeah, you try and take it all on yourself. And that's a situation. That's what we're talking about, man. That's just getting yourself out, giving up on that bat, and you had a job to do. You take it for either a ball or a strike 2, and you learn to live for another pitch.
Carrera, fly ball, center field. Shallow. Cabrera got a late break, but he's there in time to grab it. 2 down. Time now for our Miller Taste Greatness moment on this date. In 2008, Kelly Shopping had that game when he had 5 extra base hits.
Yeah, I remember that was against the Tigers, huh? That was a high-scoring affair. I think we lost that game. What was it, 13-11?
Lou Boudreau was the first Indian to do that.
5 extra base hits. That's one whale of a game.
Here's Michael Brantley looking for the big 2-out RBI hit. And he swings at a ball down low. Brantley is 0 for 2 with a walk.
Tonight I've seen Michael swing at more first pitches than I have in a long time. He's a guy that normally very patient and doesn't swing at a lot of first pitches. He has done it tonight at least 2 times. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. but it's away from his approach.
Well, we forget he's still a very young player. And probably, like a lot of these guys, caught up in the fact that they're having a tough time as a team getting runs across the board.
He's always been a very patient hitter, but when I see him do it, and it's what we're talking about. It's on the verge of trying to do everything.
It's contagious.
Yeah, it does. It becomes contagious.
Pena wants to go out and check with Crow. The tying run at second base. 2 out, bottom of the 8th, the 1-2 to Brantley. And that evens the count. Royals manager Ned Yost. Full count. Aaron Crow has not exactly been sharp. He's thrown more balls than strikes. But he's only one pitch away from sending this game to the 9th inning. Brantley with a 3-2 count. Base hit into right field. Coming around third, Chisenhall be waved home. Frank Coors throw to the plate. And he is safe! Safe at the plate. Chisenhall got in under the tag of Pena.
Good call. He did. He had him. Pena was late getting the tag down. I saw Pena do this in Texas in a game earlier this year where the guy was out to dead out at home plate. And I'm telling you, he got his foot underneath. I don't know if he did not have the ball, but Chisenhall gets that foot under the tag, and Pena's tag was around the hip. It's another good throw. Frank Coors, the ball beats him. Normally you want to call him out. Here comes the throw. Watch the tag. You see, he waits.
Close.
I mean, his glove was up waist high. That was a good call. Laz Diaz stayed on it. That was a poor tag.
Yeah, Frank Coors did his job. He got the ball there and beat the runner.
They have a tie game.
Jason Kipnis fouls it out of play. And for those of you who may have joined us late, Brian Pena did not start this game. Matt Traynor started this game behind the plate for Kansas City. But he was knocked out of the game in the 6th inning and a collision at the plate when Matt Laporta tried to tag at third and come home. Laporta was out, but unfortunately for Kansas City, so was Traynor.
Yeah, they have thrown 20 guys out at home plate. That should have been 21. That was not a good tag by Pena. But thankfully, the Indians end up tying this score.
On a 2-out RBI hit by Michael Brantley. Now Kipnis with a liner to center, but Cabrera will run it down. And that ends the inning. We'll go to the 9th, tied at 1. knotted up at 1 apiece. And Justin Masterson, 103 pitches on the night. He's coming out here for the ninth. That's how bad he wants this one. Jeff Francoeur 0 for 3 to lead off for KC. Up and in.
He's had some tough swings against Masterson tonight. He's tough on right-handed hitters. He makes you fight and dig that ball off on the inside part of the plate. You almost give up on that slider there, and he doesn't throw many of them. But he should have some new life.
Up the middle, it skips off the mound and through.
4 straight innings.
That's unbelievable.
Yes, it is. I mean, they had the leadoff man aboard in inning number 1 on a walk, and he came around to score. That's their only run of the night. But on the 6th, 7th, 8th, and now the 9th, they have had leadoff singles to start their inning.
And up till now, they haven't, in the previous 3 innings, they haven't gotten that leadoff man past to second base. And they've gotten him on, but they haven't moved him. Maniac, they're going to make the move here. He's going to go to the left-hander, Tony Sipp. Masterson will leave after another gutsy performance once again here tonight, and a nice hand from the crowd. Inning. Royals have the leadoff man aboard. 4th straight inning. 10th time in the series already. All right. Tony Sipp for the 47th time this year will come on. 5 wins, 2 losses, ERA 3.07. And he'll be facing the left-handed hitting Mike Moustakas, who is 0 for 3 tonight.
0 for 3, and he's going to face the left-hander Tony Sipp. He does have a sacrifice on the year, in case you're wondering. The Indians able to tie this ball game up with 2 outs in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Then Masterson goes out, gives up that 1 single, now turns it over to the bullpen.
Squares, pulls it back, takes a strike. He looks back at Laz Diaz. Runner goes. The square. Takes the ball, and the throw is not in time.
They just go ahead and start the runner. Francoeur took off, stole a base, and he has 18 now.
Yes, he does.
So they didn't mess around. They squared around. Thinking he was going to bunt. Steals the base. Watch. terrific jump. Sip just came right to home plate. Now you don't have to bunt, although that was a ball, so it's 1-1. You still may have the bunt on now.
Bunts it to third. Perfectly executed. Chisenhall throws him out. So the go-ahead run 90 feet away with one out now for Royals catcher Brian Pena.
Well, gets the job done. Now they're going to have to bring the infield in. And you got Pena, who is 1 for 1. He came into the game when Matt Trainer went out in the collision at home plate. And he will come up to the right side. He's a .255 hitter from this side of the plate in 51 at bats with 5 ribbies.
Down on the dirt. Infield in with one out. Francoeur at third in foul territory. Coming down the line. A 1-0 pitch. Lifted high in the air. Shallow left. Brantley is there. Francoeur tags, but he cannot come home. He was not going to beat Brantley's throw to the dish. 2 away. So nice job there by Tony Sipp to get out number 2. And now he's got to deal with Chris Getz.
Well, he expanded his zone, and you could see Michael staying behind it. It wasn't that deep at all. Francoeur just giving a little bluff. So now they have an opportunity to get out of it.
Tim Belcher going to go out to the mound and talk with Tony Sipp, and that'll give me a moment to let you know that according to ColoradoRockies.com, their own website, the Rockies have agreed to trade Ubaldo Jimenez to the Indians in exchange for Alex White, also Joe Gardner, another pitcher, and also Matt McBride, the outfielder. Drew Pomerantz is in the trade but cannot be traded until next month because under baseball's rules he was drafted last year and he can't be traded until he's 1 year into his professional career, and he didn't sign until August. So again, that's according to ColoradoRockies.com, their own website. Tony Sipp sets and fires. And it's outside, ball 1. Chris Getz doubled in the second, flied to center in the fourth. Bounced into a fielder's choice in inning number 7. Drilled toward right center field in the gap, and it drops. The Royals take the lead on a 2-out RBI single by Chris Getz, driving home Jeff Francoeur. And Kansas City is up 2-1 here in the ninth.
Well, Sipp was getting beat on his breaking ball here. The bunt on the sacrifice was a breaking ball to the left-hander. That breaking ball to Pena that he did get him to pop out, and there's another breaking ball. Didn't get it away. So it speeds up his bat. He's able to bloop it in, and a 2-out base hit gives Kansas City a 2-1 lead. That's 10 hits now for the Royals. And that's Justin Masterson's run, so he could take a loss.
Alcides Escobar was trying to bunt for a hit right there, and he bunted through it. It's 0-1. Escobar 0 for 3 tonight. Looking ahead to the bottom of the ninth, it'll be Asdrubal Cabrera, Travis Hafner, and Carlos Santana for the Indians. Joaquim Soria will await them for Kansas City. Out of play, 0-2. Little chopper towards second. Kipnis throws him out. We'll go to the last half of the ninth. 2-1 Kansas City. Bottom of the ninth, 2-1 Royals. Indians will have Asdrubal Cabrera, Travis Hafner, and Carlos Santana coming up against Joaquim Soria, who will look for his 20th save of the year.
Soria, no stranger. He's got that fastball changeup. He's got a good slow curveball. Had a little downtime this year where he was out of that closer's role for a while. And Crow went into it, the guy that is setting him up tonight. But he is back. And he has been a good one for Kansas City.
Cabrera cuts and misses. Pushed him back off the plate, 1-1. Just below the knees. And it's Asdrubal Cabrera ahead in the count now, 2-1. Now even it up. 31,436 in attendance here tonight. Hoping to see the Indians rally from behind here in the bottom of the ninth. That's the only win they have on this homestand. They took 2 runs in the bottom of the ninth to beat the Angels in the opener. Cabrera gets hit by the pitch. Indians catch a break, and the tying run is aboard to start the home half of the ninth.
Well, he was really digging in over that third base side of the rubber after that strike. And he went over there to try and get the angle going into the inside part of the plate, but that curveball hits Cabrera in the foot. Soria looked at home plate umpire Laz Diaz and said he didn't try to get out of the way, but that breaking ball just hit him right in the foot. Not what he wanted to do with 2 strikes. It was last inning, the leadoff walk by Chisenhall. He came around to score.
And now Travis Hafner 0 for 3 tonight. 0 for 7 in the series. Looks at a strike. Hafner 0 for his last 10 at the plate. Hafner has been their magic man this year at home in the bottom of the ninth. But this time he bounces it to second. Gets bobbled it, but they get the lead runner for out number 1.
Yeah, he did not field this ball cleanly, and you have to get one. He wanted to get it. He tried a little too quickly to turn it and bobbled it, but they do get the lead runner, so we'll have Cabrera coming in now to run for Hafner.
And it'll bring up Carlos Santana. Santana 1 for 3 tonight with a double. He's had 2 hits in the series. Both of them have been doubles. He was swinging for the fences right there. Came up empty. It's 0-2. And it's a fair ball down the left field line. Orlando Cabrera around second. On his way to third. The tying run is 90 feet away. The winning run is into scoring position with 1 out here in the last of the ninth. Santana's second double of the game, his third 2-bagger in the series. He couldn't have placed that any better had he just rolled it down there with his hand.
Well, with 2 strikes, the approach comes out like, hey, I'm just trying to hit a line drive. And what happens? He's protecting the plate, and good things happened. He got the fastball away. He didn't try and hit it out of the ballpark and be the hero. There you go. Love that swing. Stayed on it. Gets it in over the third base bag. Down the line, there's the winning run in scoring position. Now the Indians with an opportunity with a base hit to win the game.
And the batter will be Kosuke Fukudome, who is yet to get his first hit as an Indian.
Well, Ned Yost going out, having the meeting. They could go ahead and walk him where you've got any base. You bring the infield in, or does he want to sit back and play for a double play? I'm sure he went over with his defense what he wants to do. Is Pena going to go down, and they are going to pitch to him.
Jason Kipnis got his first major league hit on this homestand to win the game for the Indians. Can Fukudome get his first hit in the American League with the Indians to win a game? Takes a strike. And the 1-1. Fukudome shoots it fouled on the left side, out of play. Down on the count, 1-2 now. Tribe threatening in the bottom of the ninth here, down 2-1. Another thing you have to remember, too, if you're Carlos Santana, on a base hit to the outfield, these Royals outfielders, all three have tremendous arms.
Well, I don't think you have to tell Steve Smith that more than once.
The 1-2. Outside to even the count.
Well, just to take him off that fastball, I told you he's got that big slow curveball that he can throw sometimes, and it's, it could be in the 60s or the low 70s. But he didn't want to put it anywhere around the plate and let him just slap a ball.
Soria with the 2-2. And Fukudome fouls it off. Cracked his bat in the process. He'll get a new piece of lumber here. Almost every one of the 31,436 up on their feet here. The 2-2. Fly ball left field. Back goes Gordon. Tagging at third and coming home is Orlando Cabrera. We are tied at 2. Fukudome's first RBI as an Indian gets the Tribe back to even. Winning run still at second base. Chisenhall coming to the plate.
Well, he got a pitch elevated in the zone, and it was up out over the plate, and got enough of it to drive it to left field to get that run across. So we have a new ball game. And again, what started the inning, the hit batter, Cabrera, even though he was forced at second, it got the leadoff man aboard in back-to-back innings.
Lonnie Chisenhall takes his strike. Chisenhall has walked twice tonight. Scored the Indians' first run when he walked to lead off the 8th inning. Came around on Michael Brantley's 2-out RBI hit. Now he's coming. Now he's looking to come up with a 2-out RBI hit and win this thing. Oh, 0-2 the count. Two-strike pitch. A little bit outside.
That's a tough pitch to lay off right there. I'd hate to leave that in the umpire's hands as a hitter with that winning run at second base.
Outside again, 2-2. And that slow breaking ball. Carlos Santana, their winning run at second base with 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th. And the 2-2 to Chisenhall. Outside again, full count. He's laid off 3 tantalizing pitches that have been away.
This young man has had some very good at-bats tonight, I'll tell you that. He's gone deep into the counts. He's seen 31 pitches tonight, and he's laid off when he's been down on 2 strikes. He's had some great at-bats.
Payoff pitch. Ball 4. Matt Laporta will be next.
Well, and that's, what you have to take into consideration. That was a great at-bat because they did have first base open. As a young hitter, they expect them, maybe they're going to swing, but the situation dictates that's okay. Now they have a force out. It's a winning run at second base anyway, so his run means nothing. So he ends up drawing the walk. Very good at bat. He's had a good night at the plate, even though he doesn't have a hit to show for it. He's walked 3 times.
Matt Laporta doubled in the 6th, high off the wall in left field. Takes ball 1 down low. Soria has already thrown 23 pitches now here in this 9th inning. Late on the fastball, and it's 1-1. Santana with the winning run at second base. Crowd up on its feet, hoping for a dramatic finish here after the Indians have rallied to tie it. Laporta with a long fly ball, deep left field. Gone! The Indians win it! Their 12th walk-off win of the year. Matt Laporta mobbed at home plate. His 3-run homer caps a 4-run bottom of the 9th. And the Indians do it again. They win it by a final score tonight of 5-2. And this crowd is loving every minute of it. 31,436. They were just begging for Laporta to do something special. And he's going to kick off the last fireworks show in grand style tonight. Our play of the game is brought to you by KeyBank. Thanks for making KeyBank the #1 bank in Northeast Ohio.
Well, he threw a fastball right before this. He was tardy, and he comes back in and tried to run one by him, and he got it up over that line. That was a fastball that he hit. And he gave it a poke. And that's a fun jog. Last year, this must be his second walk-off homer. Had one last year, we talked to him. And boy, what a big hit, and that's just what the offense needed. That's going to be our KeyBank key play of the game.
Well, a thrilling win for the Indians here in their last at-bat at home. And there might be even more big news to come, as it sounds like the Tribe is very close to, if they haven't already, officially pulled off a trade for Rockies pitcher Ubaldo Jimenez. 5-2 the final score tonight. We'll have the Conrad's postgame show on Sports Time Ohio. For those of you here on Channel 3, stay tuned for Law & Order SVU. For Rick Manning, I'm Matt Under.